to tell me a little bit about a product that you like, feel free to interject that, Miss Cindy, and let everybody know what you like about it. So turkey cranberry wreath, the first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to make our own homemade mayonnaise. I personally don't eat a lot of mayonnaise, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to show our new Flex Plus product. The Flex Plus will replace 3 products in your kitchen. It is a hand mixer, a food processor, and it also is an immersion blender. So you have 3 different tools in one. So we will make the mayonnaise. This is one of the cups that comes with the Flex Plus set, and it has measurements on the front of it. It also comes with a lid. So if you have any leftovers or whatever you're making, you can store it. All right, so the Flex Plus, this is the handle, and it is battery operated. So all you do is click the battery on the bottom, just like that. And for our immersion blender, you just take the attachment and place that on there. It comes with a safety button so that you don't accidentally cut your fingers. The safety button is under here. So you're going to push that, and then you're going to start it. So we're going to add a couple of ingredients before we get started. I have 1 egg in here. You're going to add 1 cup of oil. And these are the measuring cups. They are the Easy Read measuring cups. It comes as a set of 3. What I love about these is that the measurements are right in front of me here. So as you're pouring, you can measure. You're not having to lean over, check it, or hold it in the air and put it back down. It has cup measurements, ounces, and mLs on here. So you have a little bit of everything. These are also microwave safe. So if you have anything that you need to heat up, like butter or oil, you can put that in the microwave with it. We're going to take 1 cup of oil.
Kelly, what are the sizes?
1 cup. A 1 cup, 2 cup, and a 4 cup size that comes with the set. And then separately, we have a little mini cup, that size. And that is 4 tablespoons, 2 ounces, 1/4 of a cup size.
Okay.
I use this a lot for small portions, but also medicine. If you have kids that you pour out the medicine, it's perfect for that. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of salt to this. And I am using, oh, by the way, the Easy Read measuring cups are one of the Black Friday specials. So you can get those at 25% off until November 29th. So the next item are the measuring spoons. They all clip together for storage in your cabinets. And I believe we need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to get that out. The nice thing about these two is that they sit flat on your tabletop, so you can pour your liquids in, or you can just measure everything out and set it out in front of you and have it ready to go. I'm all about prep work. I love prepping things. Okay, and then we need a little bit of Dijon mustard. Put that over here. Oops. Made a little mess there. The other measuring spoons that we have are the adjustable spoons. Cindy, I think you have those, the ones that with the top that pushes back and forth. Yeah.
We love those in our house. Yeah.
I actually gave my set to a friend and I forgot to reorder it. So I don't have the set right now. So I need to get that. All right, that's it. Other than the lemon juice, and we need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So we're going to take our lemon juicer here. It's made out of metal and it's got the ceramic coating.
I never knew how much I would love that until I got it.
Right? Yeah, and you know, we actually have a newer one now too that it's the lemon juicer that sits so it measures in the bowl, but it also has a zester on top, so you can zest the lemon as well. So you have options again. You've got either this or the other. And then the prep bowls are really cute. This is the 1 cup prep bowl. These are actually really good for the holidays. If you're trying to make little desserts or gift giving, so you can fill these with chocolate, or you can make like a little cocoa mix and then put a nice ribbon on there. So you can, the 1 cup set, I think, comes as a set of 6, I believe. And then the 2 and 3 cup sets are available as well. And of course, they have the lid on them. They've got the measurements on the side, embossed on the side, so you can use them as little measuring cups as well. But I do a lot of my prepping ahead of time, like I mentioned, and then I'll store them in there so that when I do get ready to cook, I can just throw everything in. Put the lemon in so that the cut end is down. And then you're just going to press. I only need about a tablespoon, so I'll press the rest of it in this bowl. All right. So that is all we need for our mayonnaise. And we're just going to take the immersion blender. Again, the safety feature is on the bottom. You press that first. When you do, you can see the lights come on. The plus sign gives you more power. And then you just press this and start.
Oh, wow.
And in 30 seconds, you keep the wand down, and then the next 30 seconds, you move it back and forth. And then you just pop it to release it. And then you have homemade mayonnaise. Oops, sorry.
Wow.
Isn't that
That
cool?
is really cool and fast to make mayonnaise.
Yes, and I mean, it stores in the refrigerator nicely, so. All right, let me set this over here. The other pieces are the food processor part. And then we also have the hand mixer. So it comes with 4 different beaters. You've got the beater for Cool Whip, making your own whip topping. I don't know if you guys can see those.
Yeah.
And then that's the regular beater. And pretty much the same thing. You just put the wand piece with the battery and snap it. And then make sure that you put the proper beater in the right hole. The first time I did it, I didn't read my instructions. So make sure you read your instructions. And the beater just flew out. So you just pop that in there. Again, safety feature for the beaters on the side here. You press that in and move your wand forward. It's got 3 speeds. And then to release the beaters on the top here, it pops them out.
Nice.
By the way, it comes with 2 battery packs and the charger. So it comes with everything that you need. And then for the processor, it has 2 separate blades. I leave the blades in the cardboard. That way I don't cut my fingers because I tend to cut myself a lot. See, anybody can sell Pamper Chef. Like literally anybody. Okay, so since I already have some meat in here, let me go ahead and just jump to this part, and we'll get the meat chopped up and some of the other vegetables chopped up. So you're going to pull this off, twist it to unlock it.
Uh-huh.
And then I've got the cutting blades in there.
How many cups is that, Kelly?
That is a good question. It's 6 cups to right there.
Okay.
Okay.
That's probably the max they want you to put in there.
Yeah, that's the max line. The max line is a little above 6 cups, and that is 15 mLs.
Okay.
In case you do ml measurements. All right. So actually, let me set this over here because I do need to cut up some vegetables first, and then we'll get back to that. Okay, so clean out my little mustard mess here. Couple things that we need to prep is parsley. So again, I have some parsley already done in my prep bowl, but I wanted to show you very quickly. We have this really cool herb keeper. You have this, Cindy?
I do not.
This is, I really like this. It keeps your herbs fresher much longer. And since each herb is different, you have different categories of herbs. Make sure, again, you read your use and care guide. Comes with the lid, pops off. Got my thing here filled up with parsley. It's nice and firm, as you can see. And the bottom fills up with water.
Oh,
This piece will fit in the side if you're using herbs that don't need to sit directly in the water. You'll actually put them in this cup and still have the water on the inside. Some herbs you'll leave on the countertop and some will go in the refrigerator. I believe it's the basil and what's the other delicate herb? Basil and something else.
definitely basil won't go in the thing.
Yeah, so the basil you put in the side cup and put that on the countertop. So I actually have a lady that ordered 3 of these because she does a lot of her own herbs and she wants to keep them fresh once she cuts them. So she got this. But anyway, so that's our herb keeper. And the herb mill, which I don't have. I actually gave mine to a friend and haven't gotten it back yet. But there's a set that has the herb keeper, the herb mill, and then the herb stripper. Do you have this, Cindy?
I do have the herb stripper, yes.
So I use this on my parsley. You just basically take, there's different size holes. If you're just doing a small amount, you just line it up in the stem inside the hole. So since I'm just using one stem, I'm going to use with the smallest. I'm going to press, and then I'm just going to pull. Whoops, that didn't go very well. Try that again. These kind of got wilted because they've been sitting out. Okay, there we go. And when you pull the stem, it pulls the stems off and leaves the herb behind. So I'm going to toss this in with the turkey. And then we need some celery, so we're going to toss that in there. It's a half a cup of celery that goes with that. And then I love the craisins. We're going to put that in at the end. So, all right, I think that's all that we need to mix in here. So what we're going to do is take our lid. I did have it right. Set it off to the side a little and then twist it till it locks in place. And then this food processor, you set it on top like that.
Oh. So the other side, Kelly? Nice.
You see that?
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's all
pretty
chopped
quick
up.
too. Yeah. The great thing is that most of these pieces are dishwasher safe. Obviously the batteries and the wand itself are not, but and the top of the food processor. But everything else I've been able to throw in the dishwasher and wash it up really good.
That's nice.
Our nifty batter bowl. This is the large classic batter bowl. They come with lids. That way you can store your foods in the refrigerator.
Love that. That's an 8 cup and a 4 cup. Isn't that what they? Yep.
Yep. Yep.
I have
And again,
those.
measurements are bossed on the side. So the other cool thing about these bowls, as well as the prep bowls, is that they're all oven safe. So you can actually bake with them up to 350 degrees in the oven. I used to make Barbie doll cakes for bridal showers in this one. And then I've also made football cakes. So I bake it in here and cut it in half, put the 2 ends together and decorate it like a football for parties, you know, Super Bowl parties and stuff like that. Oh, and these also make great for gifts. You can do the brownie mix or the cookie mixes where you add and layer the dried ingredients. and then you put your little ribbon on top and add the recipe card. And these make perfect gifts, great teacher's gifts too. And they're really well priced. So, all right. One of my favorite products that I use just about every day in my kitchen is my mix and scraper.
Yeah.
All of our spatulas, I got a little mini one, so it's great for getting these little things. But all the spatulas are heat resistant up to 650 degrees. They don't stain like other spatulas that you buy.
That is true, because I've used them when I've made homemade mustard, and that's really bright yellow, and they have not stained at all.
Yes. And sometimes I'll use pumpkin and it looks like it's staining. But then by the next day after I wash it and it sits, the stain is magically gone.
Yeah.
I had one lady that used it for some sort of paint project, and she got some staining on it, and I told her to put it out in the sun, and the stain went away.
Wow.
So I've had this particular one. This is my very first one. I got this 25 years ago.
Wow.
It looks good. So it doesn't melt. The top is actually sealed, bonded to the handle, so your tops don't come off, and that also means your food doesn't get trapped up in there. It doesn't create mold. So we have the whole series of these. We have the classic scraper, the skinny scraper, the mini skinny scraper, the small mix and scraper, the large. I mean, you got a whole series of them. So you can also buy them as a three-piece set, I believe. Still,
they are staples.
Yes. Okay, chopper. Now, this is one of the things that got me hooked in the Pamper Chef. Chopper and the stoneware. I wanted all of the pieces. And at that time, I was a single mom, and I was like, how am I going to get all this stuff? And I was actually getting ready to get married, and my mother-in-law, or soon-to-be mother-in-law at the time, was selling Pamper Chef. She came and did a demo. And let me just tell y'all, I was not impressed in the catalog, just looking at the catalog, because I was not much of a cook back then. And so I looked through the catalog and I thought, oh yeah, this is good stuff, whatever. You know, it's not impressive unless you see it in action. And when she showed me this chopper, I was so impressed, because that's the one chore I hate with cooking. I love to cook, but I hate chopping up things. So this makes it so much easier. We're gonna take a 1/4 cup of walnuts. You can either chop in the cup that it comes with, or you can line up your veggies across the cutting board and chop over each pile real fast. If you have obviously the food processor, you have that option as well. I love doing the nuts in here though, because you have more control over the consistency of your nuts. So if you want them really chunky and big, you just hit it a few times. If you want them really fine, you just keep chopping. And I do all my vegetables with this. Onions are great because again, it chops quickly, but no tearing, and I can get the onions chunky or small. I do carrots, I've done apples, any type of fruit, any type of vegetable, hard candy, chocolate, ice cubes if you want crushed ice. It also helps sharpen the blades. And
I've never thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much anything that you can imagine. So Oreo cookies for different types of desserts, just whatever. So just place it on top. The blades rotate as you're chopping. So you want to make sure that when you push down, that you hit it pretty hard, and that you bring it all the way back up so the blades have a chance to rotate. Gray stress reliever. Mad at work? Are you mad at Cindy? Is Cindy your boss? Down that booger. Patrick might need one of these. Do you have one?
Yes, we have one.
All right. Can y'all see the consistency? So one of them pretty small. And then for cleaning, it all opens up. Grab it by the side so you don't cut yourself on the blades. Funny story, one of my very first Pampered Chef parties, a piece of broccoli got stuck in there. I tried to stick my finger in there and cut my finger. I hit it pretty well, went into the kitchen, was cleaning myself up. The host comes in and she starts screaming instead of just being quiet. So everybody heard it. I had some doozy Pampered Chef parties in the past. Tell you.
I bet.
Okay, so we got that mixed in, and then Need to add our mayonnaise. This is our measure all cup. It has a red arrow for liquid, for solids and dry ingredients. You just push the plunger down. Now, when you first get it, it's new, it's a little hard sometimes. So what you don't want to pull, you want to push. There's a little circle in the center that says press, but you can barely see it. Just press down like that. And then if you're doing liquids, you turn it, point the liquid up, the liquids go in where the pour spout is. So you pour until you get to the measurement you want. And as you can see, it's got all sorts of measurements on here. It's got the cup, the mLs, the ounces, tablespoons and teaspoons. If you're not good at math and you're trying to convert measurements, it's really good too, because you can just check the measurements on here and then kind of go over and go, oh yeah, that's 8 ounces. All right, so we're gonna do half a cup of the mayonnaise that we just mixed up.
I have the mini of that, Kelly. And it is the mini.
Yeah.
And it is fantastic when you're measuring like drinks.
Oh.
Like liquor.
Yeah.
You can just measure out what you need. You want 1 ounce of whatever, you just use the little mini. Or 2 ounces or whatever you're doing.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I love it for sticky things like peanut butter.
Mm-hmm. Or honey.
Yeah, when you push the, oh yeah, honey's a good one, yeah. When you push the plunger, it just scrapes it all out for you. Of course, the mayonnaise is a little runnier, but and then I just scrape the top off and done. So the outside part is dishwasher safe. The plastic, like rubbery plastic part on the inside, that is not dishwasher safe. So if you accidentally put it in the dishwasher, I did that one time, accidentally put it in there, and so it made mine really loose. It'll still work, but you just have to be careful that you don't put something in there that's going to push it up. All right. That together.
So far in the bowl, you've got the meat, your vegetables, the herbs, the mayo, and the nuts.
Correct. And now we're going to take our dried cranberries. We'll plop those in there. And cheese, my favorite thing in the whole world. I love cheese. We're gonna do a little bit of pepper. This is the old style pepper mill, but we still have one. It's just silver on the top now and a little bit more sleek looking, more modern looking. So you can find the salt and pepper shaker or pepper mill in the catalog. All right, and then we're gonna do our cheese. I love our new cheese grater. We actually have a couple of different styles now. This one is the regular coarse grade. So this is great for your soft cheeses like mozzarella, cheddar, Monterey Jack, Swiss cheese, those kinds of things. So you can store it flat like this. You can press that little handle in right here and store it like that. So it's much smaller. It's flat. It comes with the protective sleeve. So again, you don't reach in the drawer and accidentally cut your fingers on this because they are sharp. And it also comes with the food holder if you need it. So if you have something that's a small chunk you want to stick in there, whether it's a chunk of cheese. I also do chocolate sometimes when I do shaved chocolate for dessert. You can also put that in there. My cheese is pretty, it's a big chunk. So I'm just going to lay it across the bowl, or you can stand it like that and grate your cheese. So you have all sorts of options to go with.
That is a handy cheese grater.
Yes.
I don't have that.
Yeah. So used to be we had that rotary cheese grater.
Uh-huh.
And everybody would say put your cheese in the freezer before you grate it because it grates easier. It's actually the exact opposite. If you put your cheese chunk in the microwave for just a few seconds, it just glides right on here and slices that cheese up.
Huh.
Can you actually see it grating?
Yeah, I can see it dropping in there. Yep. Yeah, now I can see it better.
So it's a 1 cup, about 1 cup. You can always go a little bit more. I love cheese.
I love cheese too.
All right, and then we have these two, which are, one is a zester, same style. It's got the little clip on here, push it in, open it up, and has the protective sleeve. And then you can zest lemons, oranges, limes. You can also zest, do like your cinnamon. And if you have fresh cinnamon and nutmeg, you can zest that on there as well. Chocolate works really good on here. So you got options for that. And then we have this larger one. It actually has two graders on it. It's got the fine grade, and then it's got a jumbo grade. You can see that better like that.
Yeah.
And then the fine grade, which is again for like Parmesan cheeses, and again you can do chocolates and things like that. It comes with this bowl. The bowl has measurements on the side, and you can put it just like this.
Oh, that's
and then grade
handy.
whatever you're grading. Yep, falls right into the cup.
Yeah.
They do come apart when you first get it. It's a little tough. You squeeze them together and then you pull the handles. You're gonna feel like you're gonna break it. Every time I do this, I get scared because I think I am. And it opens, and so you can use them separately and lay them on top of your bowl if you prefer to do it that way.
Okay.
And then you just line them back up. There's a little arrow, so it's hard to see on here, but there's a little arrow right there.
Okay.
Right. Oh, and by the way, it comes with a food holder as well. It's a big
Nice.
one. So, okay. So I got the cheese in there. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Wait, we need mustard. Where did I put the mustard? Here it is. And I think it's 2 tablespoons. It actually calls for honey Dijon. I did not have any honey Dijon. I just had regular Dijon. So we're going to take a little tiny bit of honey and pour that in there.
Ta-da, honey Dijon.
And there you have it. I used to make my own. I need to start doing that again. I love making my own mustards. And all right, so this is going to mix up nicely. And then once you get it good and mixed, you're going to put this on the crescent rolls. I'm going to just show you really quick what I did there. Clean up my workspace here a little bit. By the way, we also have the measuring cups the same way as the measuring spoons. They all stack and sit together. So you need a nice set of measuring spoons. So I covered up the crescent rolls so they wouldn't dry out too much while we were prepping. And I'm going to see if I can slide this over so you guys can see it a little bit better. I had it sitting on the cooling rack.
There you go.
Let me move my cutting board. By the way, if you guys need a good cutting board, this is the large groove cutting board. It's got the groove so it catches all your meat vegetable juices. It's got the silicone grippers on the side. The other side is completely flat. So you don't have to, so you have 2 sides to work with.
We have those in our house, all sizes.
Yes, I have yep. I love the little bar board if you're just doing something quick.
Yeah, like limes or lemons for drinks.
When you're doing your drinks, you can put your lemon up. Okay.
There's
So
a theme.
Huh?
There's
Did
a
you say-
theme. There's a theme for Pampered Chef items, drinks.
Drinks. You know, we have a cocktail set thingy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that.
but I do know you have it.
I don't.
You don't have it?
I don't. I need to get it. I need to start learning to make.
You do.
Okay, so the crescent rolls, you just open a can. Obviously, they come in those in the square pieces and then into the triangles. So you rip the triangles, and we are going to make this on the large round white glazed stone. You can see the edges and the handles are glazed, so it has a really elegant look to it. So when you bake something like this, you don't have to transfer it onto something prettier. So you can just bake it right on here. This stone and a couple of our other glazed stoneware pieces are all on sale this month as well for the Black Friday special. So you can get all of these at 25% off. You get this one, you can get the pie plate, the bakers. So a bunch of those are on sale this month as well. What I did with the crescent rolls, I took the fat end and you lay them in the center and you put the skinny end over the stone. Then you take your baker's roller. Love this thing. It's perfect for those small, quick things that you need to roll out. So it's got the one larger roller, the smaller roller. This is great if you're having to roll something out in a deep pie plate or a baker, and you can roll the crust right in there. It comes with a little pie fork that actually fits right in there. So if you need to prick your pie crust, you've got that handy. And then it just pops back in there.
I think I bought that before they had that little pie thing. I don't think I ever had that little pie thing.
Yeah, it's always been around. With this one model, it's always been there. But we can order that if you lost it. So
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, they make replacement parts. All right. So I just kind of did like that, give it some surface to put my mix in. And then I'm going to use one of the stainless steel scoops, 3 sizes. We got the small, which is perfect for the normal size cookies. I love that I use this for all my cookie dough. My baking goes so fast during the holidays. I just scoop this and pop it right on mine, and they're all even shaped. They all look good, look very professional. Some people use it as a melon baller. Some people use it for ice cream. I'm trying to think of what else you can use it for. Oh, obviously scooping out this kind of stuff. And then some of these are actually just the perfect size for filling our baking pans. So the small one is good for the mini muffin pan. The medium one, I believe, is for the regular muffin pan. And the large one is for the cupcake, the bigger cupcake one. So I'm actually going to use the large one tonight. And we're just going to plop that on here. Something I wanted to mention about our stoneware. Our stoneware that came out last fall is a little bit different. It is now broiler safe and dishwasher safe. The glazed pieces are not. So anything that's glazed is not broiler safe and not dishwasher safe. But one way you can tell, let's say you buy a newer piece in the last year or here on out in the future, the unglazed stoneware pieces, this is our little toaster oven size, the small bar can. If you look on the bottom, you can see that woven design. That means it's the newer style that can go under the broiler or can go in the dishwasher.
Oh.
If you have just the regular flat bottom, then those can't, and the glazed ones can't. So that's how you know the difference. Okay, as you can see, we've got all of our mix in the center, and then we're going to take the little ends and we're going to wrap them and tuck them in the center here. I do every other one. That way you can make this more even, because sometimes if you do each one, they kind of get off somehow and then you overlap them. So this way, I just find that to me, it helps me. I'm a little OCD, okay, sorry. It's gotta look good, right? And then you come back around and finish the other ones. And then we're gonna brush this with a little bit of egg white.
That's a pretty good trick, Kelly, to go every other.
Yeah, to me, it just makes it so much easier. Sometimes I can't eyeball things very well, and then would get off. And then if it's balled up a little bit, I just kind of squish it down just a hair, like that. There.
Looks pretty.
And then we take our egg white, and I put it in the 2-cup bowl because that gives me a little bit easier way to whip it up. So you just take the egg white, put it in there, take our mini whipper. This is great for doing eggs. It's also good for milkshakes, little.
Or like a protein shake where the powder doesn't quite get all the way. You got stuff on the bottom. You can, I have that. You can get down in there.
Like chocolate milk or those kinds of things. So I just get some air in this, get it nice and fluffy. And then I'm gonna take our basting brush. This is a silicone basting brush, so you don't have to worry about bristles falling out. You don't have to worry about it melting. Sometimes the natural horsehair ones can burn or melt. Sometimes they get sticky over time. So this one will clean up nicely. And then notice the hook on the side. That way, if you have a deep bowl, you can hook it to the side of the bowl. It doesn't end up sliding down into your bowl and getting messy. So we're just going to brush that, and then we're going to pop that in the oven. Pull that up real quick so you guys can see. And
oh yeah, that looks really nice.
Isn't that pretty?
And it's not even cooked.
And that will go in for 25 minutes. Well, 25 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. All right, so I'll just show you a couple of things while we're waiting for that to bake. One of the things I mentioned was the stackable cooling rack. So it has legs on the bottom that open up, and then it's for storage, you put it flat together. So especially during the holiday season, when you do a lot of baking, you can stack these on top of each other and have a whole series of them stacked together. So you can order a single one, you can order them as a set, you can order multiple sets. Again, I do a lot of baking. I don't have a ton of counter space, but it helps me, be able to bake more cookies that way. The other little trick is that if you have a lot of baking or cooking that you're doing for the holidays and you need more space in your fridge, you can use this as a little shelf. You just put it in there and you can stack dishes on top as well as underneath. So that's a little trick. It's got the non-stick coating, so it cleans up beautifully. And and if you're doing batches of peanut butter cookies, instead of taking the crisscross of your fork, I just turn this upside down and press it. Makes it so much easier. All right.
That's awesome.
I like little quick tricks that you save time in your kitchen. Oh, one of the other new items that we just came out with this fall is the bowl. It's a plastic bowl. And the reason we added that is because when you're using the Flex Plus beaters, you really shouldn't use them in our glass batter bowls, because it can over time weaken the glass, and potentially over time, if you baked it in the oven or something, it could break it. So it's best to actually use beaters and immersion blenders in a bowl like this. So we have this new bowl, and then we have the bowl, and what is this thing called again?
The baker,
remember what this is. What's it called?
The little scraping baker thing. I can't think of
that you cut dough with, the thing to scrape with. Yeah, and it's got the measurements on it. I actually used this the other day just to see if it would work, and it really gets like right into the edges of the bowl and scrapes it
all your batter or whatever you have in there.
Exactly. And then a lot of people, I think it's called the bowl and something scraper.
Hmm.
I can't remember. I'll look it up for you guys, but I can post it in the group for everybody to see. But we just added that to the product line as well. So all those people out there that do a lot of baking that would use something like this, we have that in our product line now. We also added, and this will be perfect for Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas, all your baking. We added the new sauce whisk. It has the silicone. So it sits right down in your saucepan. So if you have nonstick coating, this will keep it from scratching, but the way it sits, so you can get a good mix with your gravies and your sauce. So the angle is perfect on this. I love it. The other thing we added was a baster set, baster and brush set. Now, a little bit unique on this, the brush can store inside of it, so you can keep it together. But one thing I love about this is that it has a flat bottom on it. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
So when you draw up your liquid, you can set it down and it is not going to roll off the table. Have you ever had that happen before?
Yeah.
And it's like flat everywhere. So I thought that was very unique. So it sits right there. It won't roll on you. So we now have a basting brush set again. And once you're done cleaning it, just store that brush in there once it's dry. So it keeps it all together.
Nice.
And then one of my all-time favorites, the digital instant read thermometer. So you have two thermometer probes on here. You have this one. All right, I had to turn it on. You all see that?
Yep.
So it's got the instant probe. So you can just, like, if you're on the stovetop or you just stick it in your meats or whatever, you can test the temperature. And then, by the way, it has all the temperatures for each meat written on the front of it. So you know exactly what temp it needs to be at to be safe to eat.
That's handy.
What'd you say?
That's handy. Because you
Yes.
never remember which one is at which temperature.
Yeah, I'm bad about forgetting stuff like that. See how long this cord is? So
Yeah.
this is when you want to put it, let's say you have a roast or a turkey in the oven. You just put the probe on the side there. This will go into your meat, and then this cord comes out of the oven. And this actually has a magnet if you want to stick it on the front of your oven or on the top of your oven, so that you can check the temperature of your meat as it's baking, and you never have to open the oven door until it's done.
Nice.
A nice magnet, so it stays magnetized wherever you put it. So that's a fun little item. We used to have one years ago, and I loved it. I used to take it to my Pampered Chef shows and do the roast chicken and vegetables in the big baker set. And I would always use this, and these things sell like hotcakes because they're so handy to use. You can also use it for, I think those, the smoker grills, I believe you can use it for those as well.
Mhm.
So. All right. And Cindy, you wanted to show off some of the baking pans, right?
Yeah, some of the different baking pans for the holidays.
Yes. Okay. First thing I'm going to show you though, for the pans. Everyone needs these silicone mats for cookies. I take my stemware piece, I set the silicone mat on top. I plop with my little scooper, I plop my dough on here, and then I pop the whole thing with the stone in the oven. I also bought a second one of these, so I actually have two of them. They come as just a single one, but I went ahead and got two because this way, when I pull the stone out of the oven with these cookies, I literally just slide this off. The other one I've already got prepped. I slide it on and back in the oven it goes. So I've got everything in between prepped and ready to go. This also cools very fast. So I actually slide it right onto the cooling rack, and then I just kind of push the cookies off and slide them onto the cooling rack by themselves.
Nice.
And it's prepped for the next batch of cookies. So definitely get this if you can. This will save you a lot of time if you do a lot of cookie baking. This is one of my favorites to use, one of my favorite baking pans to use for the holidays. If you like to make your own little homemade gifts, so you can make all your little mini breads in here and wrap them up nicely and then hand those out in gift baskets. So that is our mini loaf pan. I love these pans because they got that pretty color at the bottom as well. So, and then if you like donuts or giving away donuts, we have donut holes. Oh, you guys, I forgot to set the timer. Hold on, I just remembered. This is, by the way, our new timer. And it's got 4 timers on here at once. So if you're doing a lot of different baking, you can go ahead and set up the next one. So you're going to hit the button on the bottom here for the first one. And then over here on the side, you can, I'm sorry, over here on the side, you can hit the seconds or the minutes. So that's been in what, about 5 minutes, would you say?
Yeah,
Cindy?
probably 5.
Okay. And then hit the go stop button, and there you go. So we got that timer going. It has a magnet on the back, so it goes on the fridge, or you can stand it up and have it sitting in front of you. So a lot of options there. It's got a timer, and then of course it's got the countdowns. Okay, back to the baking pans. We got the regular donut pan, and then we got the donut hole pan. This is fun. So yeah, you can make some nice little tasty treats for your family, or you can make these for the holidays and give them away as gifts. One of the things I saw a lady do with this is she made her own cocoa bombs in it. So she took the chocolate and filled them in here, filled the cocoa bomb. When she popped them out, she made the next step. Yeah, and then she put melted chocolate. She just kind of took a hot plate and she took one end, melted the chocolate on the edges a little bit, popped them together. So I don't know if I'd have enough patience to make something like that, but a lot of people are really into those. So
That is true.
And then this is our newest baking pan that we just came out with. This is the jumbo muffin size, so it's the large muffin pan. She can make a really nice jumbo size muffins.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is really big.
There's a really good recipe for a gluten-free muffin that comes. I need to send that to you. I tried them and they are so good. They're made with almond meal, I believe. You know, the almond flour.
Yeah.
So this one is a fun one for making holiday treats.
Bundt cakes.
Mini fluted pans. So mini bundt cakes, but we call it the fluted pan because we're technically Bundt is a trade name, so we can't use it. These are really cool because in the fall, what I've done is made the mini cakes and then taken 2 cakes and 2 of the cakes and put them together and decorate it as a pumpkin or an apple. So you can make little fall cakes like that. But these are great because you can make those mini cakes again and wrap them up, put them in your gift baskets and do homemade gifts for your teachers or your friends. And then of course we have our mini muffin pan. So you can make mini muffins, pecan tassies. I mean, guys, you can do all sorts of things with these pans. I've made mini meatloaves in here. I have done lasagnas, pot pies, you know, all sorts of things. So you can be really creative with these baking pans. And then of course our brownie pans, which are very popular. We got the little bite-sized brownies. You can make the T4s with these. Again, great holiday desserts, and our regular brownie pan.
And those are amazingly non-stick.
Yes.
Like no other pan on the planet.
Exactly. I made the let me see. I can't reach the brownie one. There's a brownie mix. If you guys know anybody that's gluten-free, we have a new chocolate chip cookie mix, gluten-free. And then we have the brownie mix. And I made the brownie mix, and the one package fit this perfectly. And the brownies, oh my gosh, you guys, I have never had a gluten-free brownie taste that good. They are amazing. Same with the chocolate chip cookies. They don't taste gritty. They have a lot of flavor too. The brownies were really rich. They were nice and soft and chewy. I mean, it was great. So you can't go wrong with this brownie mix. So if you know anybody, be a perfect gift. So just pretend this is the brownie package. You can take as a gift idea, you can take the brownie pan, put a brownie mix, and then our mini spatula. Oh, Actually, you want to use the nylon one? I don't have the nylon one in here. I think it's in my other room. But just imagine this was the nylon one because you don't want to scratch the pan up. And then you can just put a nice little bow around that and give that away as a gift for the holidays. So,
Yeah, that's
or
a
you
nice
could just-
gift.
If you just need a simple teacher's gift and you know they're gluten free, you could always take a spatula and put it on the mix and give that as a gift. So a lot of options there. So that's pretty much, so I got, the only other pan I have is the waffle stick pan. So if you guys haven't used this before, it's great for making stick waffles. Kids love them. This is something you can make and freeze. So if you've got kids that love to have, you know, different types of breakfast in the morning and you don't have time to make waffles, you can pre-make them, they can heat them up. You can take them for lunches. I've had people do Jello in here, pizza sticks. So again, you can be really creative. You make a lot of savory dishes in this as well as the waffle sticks. So, and I have lots of recipes. So if you guys ever want to come up, you know, need a recipe for something, we can definitely come up with one for you.
Awesome.
By the way, if you guys do like to do a lot of baking, we have this boat set. So let's say you bake your brownie in here and you want to put a filling in it. Once the brownies come out, they cool just a hair, but they're still warm. You just press this in and it makes a boat, a well, and then you can fill it with whatever toppings. So you could put like a pudding mix in there. You could put a mousse, anything.
Some kind of taco thing.
Yeah,
We
you can
did
do
savory.
Yeah, the one recipe is I think they're called the cornbread taco boats or something like that. But they have three sets that come, or three pieces that come with it. So this one would be for that mini loaf pan. This one is for the muffin pan. And then this one is for the brownie pan.
Nice.
It's looking good in there. Okay, holiday baking or cooking. These are the bowls that came out last year. They are insulated. Keep your food hot for 2 hours. Husband comes home late from work. You got to keep the food warm. Plop it in here. They're insulated. Stainless steel on the inside. Put the lid on it, and that will keep it hot for you. So I hate making Thanksgiving dinner, and then some of the stuff is done and it's already getting cold, and that's usually the side dishes. So these are perfect for that. So you can put these in here.
Can
We
you
have a
bake in those, Kelly, or are those just afterwards, like scooping it in there?
So, no, you can't bake in them. No, they're not safe. Yeah, they're just scooping it. It has a silicone bottom so they don't slide.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to mention that. But these are really handy.
That's
Love them.
nice.
And then just so you guys know, the quick cooker is on sale this month. Well, actually until the end of, I think until the end of February, if I'm correct. It is on sale for $99. That is very inexpensive. It used to be close to $200. So it's on sale for $99. As a host, you can get it for as little as $39 because you can use one of your 50% off or 60% off items this month and get that quick cooker. So in case you guys aren't familiar, it's like the Pampered Chef version of an Instapot. And this is actually what I baked our turkey in to make the turkey wreath. Since obviously I wasn't going to have a turkey available. So I put this in here. It was like a turkey tenderloin. It was 24 ounces. I plopped it in here. I seared it on both sides. The sear setting is on there for about 3 minutes on each side. Always add your cup of broth. And then I just turned it on and put it on the poultry setting. And then set the timer for it was actually 12 minutes. And then it was 10 minutes natural release. So you don't press the steam out. You let it sit for 10 minutes and then press the steam out. and it was done. So very quick. That way I was prepping other things. I was able to get that turkey breast done, had it all done, and then let it cool and was able to cut it up for you guys. So if you need a great version of an Instapot, I love this one because it has so many nice features to it, and it looks good, and it's a great safety features that that you'll really enjoy. The Instapots tend to get hot on the sides. This one does not. It's got handles on the bottom. You can literally just pick it up and move it and not burn your hands. The steam hole is away from you. So when you release the steam, it goes away from you. And that way you don't burn your hands during the release phase. So a lot of nice little features on that to keep you safe as well. So the wreath will be done shortly. So just wanted to share, I kind of mentioned a couple times about hosting parties. As a host, you earn free products of your choice. You earn the 50% off items, up to 50% off items. And then each month, our host special is different. So this month in November, you can receive 1 to 2 60% off items of your choice. So we haven't selected the item choices for you. You get to select anything from the catalog. So if you wanted that quick cooker, for example, you could get that at $39 because it's already on sale. Pretty much anything from the catalog. So if you wanted something higher price, like the cookware set, that's also 25% off this month. Normally it runs $480. You could get the set 25% off, and then another 50 or 60% off, depending on which one you choose to go with, which special you go with. So a lot of big savings when you host a party. Cindy's got a ton of stuff in the past from hosting her parties. So it's a great way to add a collection to your kitchen and be able to save some money in the process. So if anybody's interested in doing that, we can do, I'm actually doing what they call turkey trot. So you can take a catalog to your friends or family. You can take an order link, and while you're visiting over Thanksgiving, if you only get $200 in orders, you get to choose one item in our catalog at 50% off and one item at 60% off. And the higher you go, then you add the free products. So if you got a $300 party, you would get $25 in free product. I believe you get 2 half-price items, and then you would get 1 60% off item. And then it climbs after that. So you really only need $200 in orders in order to get discounts with Bamber Chat. So we can do a quick party and help you get some discounted items that are already on sale too. Okay. So if anybody's interested in that, we can get that set up. Right, Cindy?
That's right.
All right. What else, Cindy? Anything else that you want to show me before I pull this out of the oven? I think we got 6 more minutes.
Ooh. What about the crock, not the crock, the
Air fryer?
you know that pan I love? No, the one that is, you know what I'm talking about. What's the word I'm looking
Are you
for?
talking about the cast iron?
Yes, the cast iron stuff.
Hold on, hold on. All right, this is one of our pieces. Cindy has the, I think it's the 2-quart one that you have, right?
I do. I have the 2-quart oval.
Okay.
Just this week, because you said you can cook with them, and all I've ever done is put stuff in I put stuff in it and then use it as a baking piece. And this week I made a chicken pot pie, and I put it on the stovetop and cooked my onions, and it's the one bigger than that.
Yeah, you got the 2-quart. This is the 1-quart.
Yep. And so I put it on the stove, and I did all my onions and garlic and the vegetables that I was cooking for the chicken pot pie. I put all of that in there and did it all on the stove. And I was like, it does actually cook just like a regular pan. And then I put everything together, and then I put it in the oven.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I'd never done that before, and I thought, you know what? I know you said I could do this, and so I tried it, and it worked perfectly.
Good, good. Did you see the little milk pan that they came out with for the holidays? It's a 1 quart milk pan made out of the same cast iron glaze. Really cute, has a little force spout on it. And then, like you said, we've got the 1 quart and the 2 quart oval dish like this. And like Cindy said, put it on the stove top and cook whatever you want to on the top of the stove, and then pop it in the oven.
And they clean up so nice. I've put it in the smoker, and the, you know, sometimes the bottom of a pan in the smoker can get a little nasty.
Right.
And they clean up amazingly, and the food is super hot, and just, so I love them.
Yeah, and I love the glaze. It just makes it more elegant. So we have the regular cast iron, but then we have the more elegant dishes. And they're perfect for, again, holiday baking too, especially if you're doing a lot of baking. We now have that new big roaster pan. Did you see that one? It's the giant roaster pan, and it's got a rack that you can put your turkeys in. And this is a new one. It's we have a 6-quart version of this, you know, the higher 6-quart pot. And then they came out with this one, which is more like a skillet that you can use on the stove top or pop in the oven. So if you, again, like Cindy said, you gotta, you know, cook some of your ingredients on the stove top first, and then put the lid on it and finish baking it in the oven, you can. I love the lid on this because these lids have little, I don't know if you can see, yep. And then that way the moisture drips back into your food. It doesn't just sit up top. So it keeps your foods really moist. So these are really nice dishes. I love them. They did, if you look in the outlet, they had the blue enamel version that was only a temporary color. So if you guys like the blue ones, I would go in there and see if they still have some left, because those would already be on sale. Plus, Cindy, with your rewards, you could potentially get another 50% or 60% off of those if you chose to get that as your
because that's the gray version.
Yes, this is the gray version. Yep. So check the check online and see if you could find the blue one. I think they still have some of the blue ones online. I'm pretty sure I used that little one in my air fryer, the paper tip air fryer. I'm pretty sure it was that one that I used in there, the small one. So yeah, they have so many really nice tools. All right, let's see. This thing should be just about done. Oh, that looks so good, y'all. I did want to show y'all this really quick. I should have gotten an onion or something, but if you guys, this is probably the best mandolin that I have ever owned in my life. The blades are on the inside. So if you pull this lever up, if you pull this down, the blade is in here, but it's protected. So when you're sliding down, the blades don't come up until your food pusher comes over it. So your hands will never, even if you push all the way down to the end, your hands will never touch the blades or come near the blades. So you open it up, it's got 2 knobs on the bottom. So you can do thin slices like for potato chips. You can do thicker slices for scalloped potatoes. You can do French fries. You can do julienne slices. So you've got many, many options. And then you just select your thickness. And then whichever style that you're doing, you put on the side. So let's just say, I'll do 6. And then this actually fits under like that. So as you're slicing, all right, hold on, I'm mixing this up. I do this every time, it's like a puzzle piece. And then as you're slicing, it pops it in the back of the bowl. This is your food holder. It sits on the front. And then as your food feeds in, you're pushing down. And this, there you go, that releases. And so I don't know if you guys can see it from the front. See if I can turn this around. But can you see the blade come down?
Yeah,
So
you can
again,
see it.
because everything's protected, your hands never come in contact with those blades.
Nice.
It's just like, and it's so fast. As you're slicing, it's just flying out the back. I love this thing. Let me put this back over here where I have it. How's
Oh,
that?
beautiful.
Didn't that turn out nice?
Yeah,
You'll see it.
yeah. It's all,
So-
it looks lovely from there.
Yeah. This is like one of my favorite recipes to make at parties because it's so easy to make, but it looks so elegant.
Yeah.
You need a good pair of oven mitts. These are our silicone oven mitts. And then our special for this month, I forgot to mention that when you purchase $80 in product, this is before, basically this is no shipping and tax included. So it'd be the product amount. And if you are a past host and have a discount level, it would be after your past host discount level. So the website can be a little confusing sometimes when you're ordering because it'll say you're at 80, but then once your order goes through, if you have 10% off, it knocks it back down. So just make sure if you're a past host, you order enough to make it over 80s for that. You can either choose the large stainless steel spatula, or you can choose the pie cutter. Comes with a protective sleeve. It's got a slicer on both sides. So if you're left or right-handed, you can slice with this pie slicer. So this would be perfect for the ring. So Cindy, you're gonna need to come over here and pick up this ring.
We'll let it cool.
I'm sure Patrick would like to try it for the little football game y'all are watching.
No, he's actually watching Christmas Vacation.
Oh, is he? No football tonight? Okay. Awesome. Yay. So that is our turkey cranberry wreath, guys.
Yay.
We have so many different versions of this wreath. You could do the chicken and broccoli. They have a coffee cake version, like a cherry cheese coffee cake version. I mean, there's so many different styles. So love this. I don't know. I just love it. I think it's great. So anyway.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly, for showing us all those amazing things and cooking this amazing looking ring of delicious chicken or turkey and cranberries.
Yep. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let us know. I'll post, I will go ahead and post some of the products this week in the Facebook group, Sydney's Facebook group. So you guys can see the products that we use in case you decide you want to purchase any. I guess that's it. So let me know if you guys have any questions. And if you want to see any other products, I'll post those to the party as well. So.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate you hosting. We set the record button off.